Welcome back for our final segment of the June edition of County Connections. I'm your host, Scott Margo, joined by Thomas Karn and Dan, your county commissioners. So we're going to talk first about Mountain Mentors and their initiative to get more mentors into the program. So Thomas, I'm going to turn that one over to you.
So Mountain Mentors is run by Summit County's Youth and Family Department, and it's our version of Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's an amazing program, and here in June they've got a goal of finding 30 new mentors in the 30 days of June. And let's see, I think I should turn it over to an actual mountain mentor that's right here at the table. So
I used to be, not right now.
Okay.
But it's just tremendous. I mean, I think a lot of people go into being a mentor thinking, hey, you're really going to, you want to be a positive influence, of course, on a youth, and it's for ages 8 to 18. But for me personally, I got a lot out of it myself. I mean, it's just a mentor that I've had, or mentee that I've had. We'd go skateboarding, and it's something that literally I haven't gone skateboarding since I was maybe in 5th grade or something like that. So it kind of pushed my limits of what I was comfortable doing, but just a lot of fun. There's so many businesses and ski resorts and so forth that really step up in such a huge way to the rec centers. All the rec centers, for example, too, provide free opportunities for the kids to go to the rec centers, and that's just tremendous. So thank you if you're a business or organization that help buy into supporting Mountain Mentors, because without that support, it's really hard to and you're not supposed to spend a lot of money or whatever on the individual, but it's very helpful when the business community steps up and is very supportive. So great program. There are 47 kids on the waiting list right now, and it's some of the kids are on wait lists for years. And so if you're listening or watching right now and you're thinking about it, please, you can go to our county webpage. You might have the info right in front of you, Thomas.
So the telephone number to call is 668-9182, or like you say, if you go to our county webpage and after our address put /mentor, MENTOR, you're going to find it. But boy, oh boy, of all of the different programs that we run, this is the one that can really turn a kid's life around that need some additional help.
Yeah.
And the commitment's not huge. People should know that the commitment is 8 hours a month, and you could spend more time, but it is doable. It's not taking on a child all the time.
Yeah. Hugely impactful program for those folks that are not fortunate enough to have a mentor. The Youth and Family Services staff do a great job of doing lots of other group activities and making sure that those kids that could really use a mentor are at least getting some additional opportunity to interact with one another, interact with the staff within Youth and Family. And so the more mentors we can get, the better that program can be, the more impact that it can have on lots of younger children within our community. So if you've got the time, please commit to it.
You don't have to be perfect to be a mentor, because if Dan can do it, then
then you can do it. Then you can do it, Thomas. And your initial commitment is 1 year. Is 1 year.
1 year. 1 year, 8 hours per month. So great use of people's time. All right, we'll switch gears completely, and it has nothing at all to do with Mountain Mentors, and that is, I couldn't figure out a segue.
I got it.
Okay. Does it have to do with Mustang Sally?
We need to keep our youth safe. And right now, a big danger is high water.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Well done. So flooding, swift water, Dan, you take it away.
Sure. I mean, right now we're in the middle of June. We're not at peak flows yet. This show will run for a few weeks. So by the end of June, we're clearly going to be in high flow, peak flow. So urge caution to everyone. If you live in a particular area like Karn's neck of the woods, you can contact all the towns. The towns and the county are supplying sandbags. If you live in a particular area that you know is kind of prone to flooding, definitely take a look at that, day and night if possible. A lot of times the water levels really increase during nighttime.
Right.
We do have some recommendations, some tips, but you two want to chime in a little bit before we go over some tips?
Well, just planning ahead, most people know if they live in one of those low-lying areas that tends to flood, and this year we've seen higher water below the dam than in the past. We know what those releases are. Denver Water is really good about working to get the water up for the marinas, but not flood people out below the dam. And it's a delicate, fine science and art. They've done a really good job, but nonetheless, they can't control everything. So you should be prepared, get those sandbags ahead of time, know where the sand piles are to be able to get the sand in the bags. And again, on our website, there's a very thorough bunch of material, including how to fill sandbags and how to stack sandbags. If you don't do it correctly, you're not going to be very effective.
Yeah, and I'd like, I'll rattle off a few tips, but I think everyone should know too, it's not just like now that it's kind of flooding season per se, that road and bridge departments are just looking at culverts and so forth. I mean, almost immediately while snow is still on the ground, crews, the county and the towns are working really cooperatively together to figure out how you can make sure that drainage is happening properly. So it's not just kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Let's look at these culverts now. But folks work really hard on that. But let's go over a couple tips here. Move to high ground, away from rivers, streams, creeks, and stormwaters. If your car stalls in rapidly rising waters, abandon it immediately. I don't have the exact numbers on here, but I understand it's only a couple inches of water can actually cause your car to just get carried away in a stream. If you have natural gas or propane fired appliances, turn them off. Just be aware, I would say, in general. But we have a long list of all these recommendations on the county website. Click on there. The Sheriff's Department sent out a press release last week as well with some recommendations. But check out SC Alert, of course. Everyone should be dialed into SC Alert. Contact local law enforcement if you see rising waters really fast that you think there could be some challenges.
And keep your children away from those creeks and streams and whatnot. Lots of kids, it's a lot of fun to play in the water, and it can be extremely dangerous and extremely fast, and we want to make sure that those kids are being properly supervised. So just keep an eye on your kids.
We also have a number of rec path sections that are flooded right now, and the temptation may be, I can ride my bicycle through there. No, don't even go into a few inches of water. It could be very dangerous.
Yep. All right, good tips, and again, lots of information that you can find on the county's website, and so certainly check that out. And stay tuned to SCTV 10 for more information from Summit County government as well as the other local municipalities. So thanks very much for joining us.